support that you continue to give us.
Well, there are a number of programs aimed at helping veterans achieve home ownership. But for many, qualifying for and finding affordable housing can be a huge challenge. Carolina Impact's Sarah Batista shows us how a new organization helps veterans find a place to call home.
After 4 years of being boarded up, this house is getting a new look. New insulation, new ceiling, new door, you name it, it's new. But this isn't just any ordinary rehab project. This house will eventually become home to a United States veteran.
Our philosophy is to help honorably discharged veterans with a hand up as opposed to a hand out.
Ken Lacey is the executive director of Veterans Path Up, a nonprofit organization that provides affordable housing to veterans with a path to home ownership. He says the need is great.
When I was contacted by Charlotte Bridge Home to use our houses to put veterans in, I had no idea about 50,000 veterans in Charlotte and 135,000 veterans in the greater Charlotte area, and a significant percentage of those veterans not having stable housing and needing some help.
One of the problems veterans often face with getting a new home is getting pre-qualified. Veterans Path Up connects them with mortgage lenders and credit counselors who can open the doors for veterans.
Lacey, who retired in 2013 after serving 26 years in the Navy, launched the organization because he says many veterans struggle to make ends meet.
Literally 2 or 3 jobs, sleeping in cars. If they're lucky, they may have relatives in the area, but that's a finite period of time because the house is perhaps usually full already.
Lacey says he saw an opportunity to give back and partnered with the Charlotte-Mecklenburg Housing Partnership to restore this donated house. More than 30 volunteers will spend about 6 weeks working on the 3-bedroom, 2-bath house just outside of uptown Charlotte.
So what type of condition was the house in when you got it?
Well, as you see, the ceiling here was all rotted. They stole the ridge vent out, so all the water came down, and it was all molded sheetrock all the way through. Biggest complication here was the electrical. It was all ripped out, so there's nothing, and we don't know where it is, so everything has to be rewired. But there's all walls, and so it's new wiring for an old house, which is the most difficult.
When Frank Aguilone heard about the project, he immediately jumped in to help.
This is for the veterans, which is always good to give back. After all, they gave us our freedom to do this, so we might as well give back to them. I love it. This is a dream come true. This is a huge bucket list thing for me.
We've got veterans in here right now that are helping to work. We've got skilled and unskilled. We've got volunteers and we've got tradesmen. There's just something about being amongst our brethren that is just, a sort of a family, if you will.
Wade Davis, a veteran, says he understands the need for affordable housing firsthand. The father of 6 has been searching for a home for his family. Progress is slow going.
It's been up and down, I either time finding a job, but for the housing process has not been easy.
Davis says he's excited to be able to help another veteran move into a new home.
It feels great. This is something I always wanted to do, but never got a chance. So by me doing it now, it feels good, and I know I'm giving back.
Lacey says the camaraderie across services runs deep.
I've worked with the Marines, I've worked with the Air Force, I've worked with Coast Guard and Army, and we're one big team.
In the future, he wants to obtain more houses to help more veterans.
Because we're filling a few key gaps that are not being served in the system, I want to really create a template that can be duplicated across North Carolina and ultimately the United States. I mean, that's my pretty lofty goal, but it's a lot more than just what we have here in Charlotte.
But for now, it's one project at a time, turning rundown houses into homes for men and women who have served our country. For Carolina Impact, I'm Sarah Batista reporting.
Thanks so much, Sarah. Veterans Path Up hopes to have a veteran in this home by Thanksgiving. To learn more about the organization and ways to help, we've got a link posted along with this story at pbscharlotte.org.